This weekend is Berkshire Hathaway's annual meeting. It's an exciting time for a lot of value investors, yet Berkshire stocks kind of underperformed for the last few years. What can we expect from this meeting?
Well, it certainly has. The focus, though, I think at the meeting, or at least to start it, is I'd be surprised if it's on the stock. I think Warren Buffett's health is certainly going to be something people are curious about. He disclosed a few weeks ago that he has prostate cancer with an excellent prognosis. At his age, he's in his 80s. For many men, prostate cancer is something they die with, not that they die of. He said he's going to start treatment in July. But people will certainly be focused on that. As far as the stock price, you're right, it's underperformed. It held up better than a lot of other companies during the financial crisis, but it hasn't enjoyed the big comeback that we've seen for the S&P 500 off that 2009 bottom.
I think a big question for Berkshire will be succession. I guess he's disclosed who the successor is, but only to the board. Any thoughts on that?
Right. They actually haven't even told the successor himself. And even with this recent diagnosis of prostate cancer, Buffett, he's told media folks that this person still doesn't know that they're the chosen one to succeed him. There's all kinds of betting going on, or people predicting who they think the next guy is. Buffett has already told us that his son Howard will be the chairman when he departs, and he's hired a couple of hedge fund managers in recent years, Ted Weschler and Todd Combs, to help manage the investment portfolio that's such a big part of Berkshire. For the CEO role, it's anyone's guess at this point, but Buffett has said they have picked the leading contender, but we're not going to find that out anytime soon.
I think Ajit Jain is one of the senior managers there, and he's certainly, there's some betting on him. Right. What about stocks? Any new stocks you think Warren will talk about?
Well, it's been interesting because over the last year, since the last shareholder meeting, they haven't done any big acquisitions. They had taken over Lubrizol, which led to all kinds of headaches around David Sokol and that stuff, but they haven't gone out and made an acquisition. What they have done is they've made some major investments. He bought a stake in Bank of America, which we all know about. He bought a big stake in IBM, which was a new one. Buffett's not a big tech guy, doesn't invest in a lot of tech. That's not necessarily, IBM is not necessarily sort of some new social media kind of tech company, but it is a technology firm. An interesting one that you and I have discussed before is Apple. They're paying a dividend now, or they're going to start to pay a dividend, and a lot of value investors, even without the dividend, have owned Apple because they say the earnings momentum and the earnings growth is not priced in. Could be something to keep an eye out for if Buffett may take the plunge into that stock down the road a little bit.
That would certainly help Apple stock, I'm sure.